Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 25 of the Make It Rain podcast, a 3-game week for your Ontario Reign this week. Alongside Mayor's Mayor, and Anthony Collazo, I'm Joe O'Regan. Roll that intro. Go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 25 of the Make It Rain podcast. A little bit of a late replacement because Mason Mayer is stuck in the mountains right now with wind gusts. I'm Joe O'Regan alongside Mayor's very own Anthony Collazo, as I have already stated. The regular tandem is in for this week. I will not be in next week. I can guarantee you that right now. 3 games for your Ontario Reign this week, looking to ride the wave of a 4-game win streak. Mr. Collazo, how are we?
Joe, everybody watching the pod, I'm good, man. Yeah, you're kind of playing the role of Isaiah Seville right now. You know, you kind of fill in when Copley gets caught up and stuff. And yeah, Mason Mayer from last week, who actually got pretty good reception, if that's the right word to say. Got stuck in the mountains. He has work tomorrow. Can't really record tomorrow. He just got home. Can't really record tonight. He's got a shower. He was camping. You know, all this stuff. He was like, I probably cannot go tonight, which I was like, okay, I'll go with Joe.
Load it up. Let's go. Let's go. And let's go. We got a long pod inbound, folks. We have a Zamboni cleaning that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines long for me. For Collazo, it's probably about 3. First things first. Holy, that was a lot of call-ups on Monday. And it's easy to forget that because, well, this happened we're recording this almost a week later. Angus Booth, Kenny Connors, Jared Wright. NHL debut. Angus Booth got the last laugh, quote unquote, as he scored in that game.
Yeah, Booth there with first career goal. That was pretty insane. I don't think I've ever seen Booth play down low in the AHL like that.
Nope, neither have I.
But I guess in the NHL, and you keep saying it, when there's that many good players, you can kind of get away with more stuff. Yeah, right place, right spot, tap in on the back door. I mean, you can't really draw it up any better than that. And Jared Wright said it, Lord said it, even Booth himself said it. Like everybody was shocked, and Booth's face lit up, and yeah, it was a cool moment for sure.
Absolutely, somebody's coming in through the back door. The best part about that entire thing is listening to Jarrett Stoll while they were announcing, because Jarrett Stoll's the color commentator for the Los Angeles Kings, and he scores. The play-by-play announcer goes, Angus Booth. And then Booth? That was Booth? That was hilarious. Yeah, so good on all of them. Eric Portillo also was paper transactioned up to the Kings. He has since been sent down and played in 2 games this week. Nikita Alexandrov has gone down with an upper body injury. We cannot disclose information on that. All we can tell you is it was from morning skate. Jared Wright has been paper transactioned so that he could be eligible for the playoffs. Don't worry, like, we're going to need him by time April comes, or May at the rate we're going at. Kenny Connors played his games. He got sent back down and played for the Reign on Sunday. And then the Los Angeles Kings go wild at the deadline for depth pieces. They ship out Corey Perry and Warren Fogle and bring in Maple Leafs legend Scott Lawton, and I want to say it's Matthew Joseph, but it could be Matthew. It could be a bunch of things. Who cares?
Yeah, and that's sort of relevant to the Reign, because obviously when they shipped out Perry and Fogle, everybody was like, oh, well, it looks like they're gonna play the kids. Not so fast, right?
Yeah, no joke.
Connors came back down because now they don't need a third line center. So Connors is gonna. Good news for Reign fans. Connors is going to be with the Reign more than likely throughout the season.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, is that Jared Wright, it's so up in the air right now. Apparently, with him, they do love him. They love his speed. They love his physicality. They love everything he is about. Which, if you saw, who scored the goal a few days ago, was it Joseph or was it Scott Lafton?
I believe Lawton scored in his second shift with the Kings.
Yeah, so on that play, it came from a right forecheck, right?
Yep. Shocker.
They love what he's about but there might not be room on the roster for him. So he might,
Yeah.
if this is what I heard to the point, right? If Joseph starts playing well on the road trip, they could rotate right in with a few other guys back and forth over the last 20 games.
Yeah.
Um, Another quote from a source is that if you deeply care about the Reign, you should probably hope the Kings don't make the playoffs, which I know is hard for probably everyone watching this. Not hard for me, not hard for Joe.
No, I get that part. But another thing right now the Kings are 2 points out of a playoff spot at the time we're recording this video. And these next 20 games, this final push, they're going to be fighting for their lives. They knew what they needed. They went and got Panarin. They went and got depth pieces for the forward core. They're riding out the defensive core for the final 20 games. And let's see if Ken Holland pushed all the right buttons. Let's just put it that way. Also, getting a second rounder for Corey Perry is outrageous. Didn't state that part.
That's a great trade.
Oh, A+ trade. Ken Holland. Hello. All right. Rolling through everything here. We have a long podcast in store probably. This episode of the Make It Rain podcast is presented to you by Gowdy Law. We all know having a game plan is key when it comes to your family's future. Are you ready? Gowdy Law is here to help, specialize in estate planning. Gowdy Law ensures your loved ones are protected from losing a ton of money and time to probate when you pass away. Just like on the ice, preparation matters. Please do not wait till the last minute to make the right play. Visit GowdyLaw.com today to start planning for the future. Get estate planning pricing and a free consultation. Right on their website, it's that simple. The price is on their website. Gowdy Law, making estate planning easy, understandable, and affordable. Links in the description. You can visit their offices in downtown Upland. Collect my breath and roll it. We have yet another midweek matchup in the 909 as the Ontario Reign and Tucson Roadrunners square off as the Reign look to win their 5th straight. In the opening frame, Marty McFly gets the good guys going on a 2-man advantage, but Ducks legend Andrew Agozzino has to knot it up in the shorthanded variety. Thanks, guys. In the middle frame, is that a lunar eclipse? No, it's DRE tipping one home and screening the literal daylights out of Matty Villalta. It's 2-1 Ontario. 35 seconds later, I think Booth got it, but there is Jared in the right spot to make it 3-1. And in the third period, if you need an empty netter, just go to Jared again at this rate. 4-1, Reign win. They extend that winning streak to a season high 5 games.
Wow. I mean,
get hot in March. Rest in peace, my audio.
Yeah, with how good of a season the Reign have been having, the one thing they have been missing is a lengthy winning streak, the way they have been doing over the last week. And right here, 5-game win streak, that was the longest that they've had all season. The highest before was 4.
Yep.
And overall, I mean, the Reign have really took it to the Roadrunners this season. And I'm shocked they're even competing for a playoff spot, because whenever, again, they play Ontario, they look terrible. But yeah, I mean, the Reign, if they can get a matchup with Tucson in the playoffs, I mean, that's
barbecue chicken.
About as
it's barbecue chicken.
Like you're not sweating, you know.
It's barbecue chicken from here if they get Tucson really in round 1. But as of right now, we don't have to worry about round 1, and may we pray that the Reign do not fall out of first place right now. Hitcross kind of described this game to me, and I completely saw it after watching the replay. For the people that are watching that don't know, like, I'm traveling like a dog throughout the middle of the week.
Oh, we forgot Joe's segment. Keep going. We'll do it after the game.
Yeah, we'll do the Make It Joe part after. The Tucson Roadrunners played a last year San Diego Gulls type of hockey. They were trying to play spoiler, but they were also playing a very physical, playoff-esque physicality level game. If I explain that correctly. The neutral zone was borderline non-existent. It was suffocated. And the Ontario Reign, by being able to stretch the ice in the final 20 minutes and having the gas to do so, won them this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Tucson is always in the top, 5, maybe even 3 in penalty minutes the past few years. I mean, I'm pretty sure in the in the schedule release for the Reign, when by the way it was Shaft, Schaefer, and Page, which I feel like such a long time ago, who was in that video.
They finished
Um,
second in penalty minutes,
yeah,
where
exactly.
they
It's
usually
like
lead the
Tucson.
league.
Tucson is just known for just playing physical, maybe
Bully
playing a little bit of
hockey.
loser hockey every here and there, but
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. It's loser hockey.
Mhm.
Yeah, Tucson. I thought of all the games we have played against Tucson this season, this was probably the game that they played the best in.
Yeah.
Especially with the goaltending aspect of it, with Matty
Oh.
V and Portillo. I mean, those two were standing on their heads
For the first 40
two
minutes.
periods.
Yeah, first 40 minutes, it was save. Matty V was legit. I mean, throw that man some fish bait. He was swimming in the crease. And he kept the Reign off the board, despite the Reign putting up 19 shots in the first 2 periods compared to Tucson's 10. It was 1-1 after 2 periods. And Matty V was standing on his head. Oh, so was Eric Portillo, by the way. Don't think I'm not forgetting that man. Cohen Zemer, first professional fight. Is that correct?
Yes.
First professional fight after Jared Wright's first goal. Gets into it with Miko Matika down by the Reign crease. Kind of close to the Reign crease along that half wall, quote unquote. And hey, for a first fight, ding, ding, ding. It's a pretty good throwdown from him.
Yeah, and it looks like afterwards he was still chipping with them at in the penalty box.
Shocker.
I think someone told me, I forgot where, it might have been on Twitter, but apparently she heard and he was like, "Is that your first fight too? Is that your first fight too?" No, but Zemer, I mean, look, for someone who, as Lord would say, gets the raw end of the stick when it comes to the lineup a lot. Hey, since his hat trick, he's getting time on the ice and he's looked fine, man. I think Zemer is very much an NHL potential bottom 6 player, especially in a couple years. He reminds me a lot of like a right-handed white Andre Lee, if that makes sense. Lee wasn't really anything that special a couple years ago when they were on a playoff run, right? But hey, he was big on the forecheck. He could score the goal. He had some mitts to him, and even what was his name? The old GM, Rob Blake. He even said in the postseason presser, he was like, "Hey, Andre Lee looked good when I saw him, right?" And then the next season makes the opening night roster, right? So
yeah,
I think Zemer in a couple years' time has that kind of potential. In a couple years' time, when he's a first liner for the Reign,
yeah,
he's gonna be like Lee. He's gonna be like a 20 goal season guy.
Yep, the full circle moment for us. Like we brought this up, I want to say it was like 4 episodes ago or so. We're talking about all these guys of Turcotte and Clark and Tynan, and we're just going on and on. And then you get to the bottom 6, and it's Chromiak, Lee, Pinelli. And then next thing you know, Ward. Yeah, Ward's in the NHL now. And then now all the guys that we just stated 2 years ago are balling in the top 6. Like, that's just how she goes, man. The circle of American Hockey League, of the American Hockey League. Nice grammar, Joe. One thing I really like to point out, because this will really apply when you get to the playoffs. If you get a power play, you need to capitalize. The Reign go 2 for 6 on the power play. That won them the game. When you get that advantage, you get a chance to build momentum. They took the momentum, they ran with it, and they ran away with the game.
Yeah.
The Ontario Reign, by penalty kill and power play standards, are both top 10 in the American Hockey League. If they continue to play that way, I think the only team that's really better than them by special teams is the Providence Bruins. And they are slowly yet surely chasing down the Grand Rapids Griffins for the top spot in the American Hockey League right now.
No, for sure. The Reign are right now 4th in the Pacific Division with the 21.3% on the power play. And look, I mean,
and that's with a bunch of good power plays like Bakersfield, San Jose, and Henderson. Is Henderson above them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And look, I mean, you can't say that they were getting their opportunities, right? 6 power plays, that just can't happen if you're Tucson, especially with a team like Ontario. But you still have to convert, right?
Yeah.
And the Reign are doing that. And if they get their opportunity in the playoffs, which there won't be many, right? In playoffs, referees are going to hold their whistle. They're going to swallow their whistle, as they say.
Yep.
You got to capitalize, right? And
Absolutely.
so the Reign can, we know they're good 5-on-5. We know they're good in the forecheck. We know they're good in transition, as we saw in game 3, which we'll get to. If they can be good on the power play as well, and and they're obviously top 3 in penalty kill. We knew this already, right?
Oh yeah.
The power play is just that one thing that maybe can get better, and
Mhm.
if it does get better, there's really nothing from stopping this team from winning the entire thing.
Yeah. I mean, the Reign still have to keep playing the way they're playing. If they start to slack, which when we get to game 3, we'll get to that a little bit. If they start to slack, this team will hit a brick wall and they will go down quickly.
Yeah.
That's all we need to talk about for game 1. Let's move it to Friday, where the Henderson Silver Knights walk into Toyota Arena.
A depleted Reign squad square off with the Henderson Silver Knights in the first game of a home-and-home series. In the first, Jacob Brabenich scores to get Henderson on the board first. It is 1-0. I don't think Joe understands the reference. He'll get it in probably a few seconds. But in the second, the Reign come back with 2 of their own, courtesy of Kenta Isagol and Martin. Why is everything chrome? Chromiac, it is 2-1 Reign. In the final 20, Matthias Usari Sapovalev ties the game at 2, but with 7 minutes left, Andre, once again, gives Ontario the lead. It's 3-2. Oh no, Rafi Tulo. It's Lavoie tying the game with just over a minute to go. 3-3 game. We head to overtime. Still not enough to decide a winner. But in the shootout, it's Marty McFly again. Back to the win column we go. 4-3, the final. Six straight.
That's 6 straight wins for your Ontario Reign, and they did this one in quote unquote impossible fashion. Because let's take a look at that forward core. Atu Yamson, no. Jared Wright, no. Kenny Connors, no. Nikita Alexandrov, hurt in the morning skate. You just took out.
I mean, Nikita is their leading goal scorer. Wright's probably their best rookie.
You took 4 guys out of the top 9, and the Reign still found a way to win. Like, I remember on Facebook, because we're super active on Facebook, I was reading through the comments of that win, and it's like, the Reign played horrible that game. And I'm like, that's a good problem to have. They played horrible and still found a way to win. In his standards, they played horrible. I don't think they played as bad as he was making it to be. We'll cover in a moment. But you also got to remember, they just did all this with Keaton, Mastro, Donato, and Kenta Isogai. Scored a goal, by the way, in the lineup.
Yeah, and I know you've been busy with your baseball and whatnot. But I mean, these last 2 games in Henderson, and again, we'll get to game 3 in a second.
Yep, we will.
It kind of feels like, and now I remember why I felt like this last season, where I was like burnt out by March. There's like no substance to this team right now when you don't have like Wright, Connors, Alexandrov, Yamson, like your prospects who are potentially going to the NHL soon, or already in the NHL in Wright's case, right? Whoa, see that? It's been kind of a tough watch in a sense, and they're still winning with a team that isn't even close to their full potential.
Yeah. It was almost like watching the Dodgers play in August when they had almost all their starters hurt and half their lineup injured.
And let me tell you, I don't really see people giving him enough credit, maybe. When you have a team like this and you're still winning, I mean, you got to give credit to Andrew Lord and his staff. God. Because that just means that your system, it doesn't matter who you plug in, if you're still winning, that system works.
Yep.
And by the way, I don't see anyone talking about this either. The Reign almost have a completely different philosophy in the second half of the season right now than the first half.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting pucks on net, and I feel like part of the reason why they continue to win is
they keep applying
game
pressure.
Is not the same.
Yeah, they continue to apply pressure. They can apply it. They can apply pressure in so many different ways. You can apply it on the forecheck. You can apply it by getting pucks on net and getting Carl Lindbaum to get out of place, which they did in this game. You could apply it on special teams when you're given that opportunity, or you could provide it in physicality, which they also did tonight or Friday night.
Tricky puzzle.
Yeah. I mean, take your pick. You gotta try to stop it somehow. You're flipping a 4-sided coin. Hopefully you land on the right thing.
Yeah, and then like I'm sure you get asked this pretty often too by like people who don't really know hockey or the Reign or stuff, or even people who do know hockey and the Reign, right? I get asked on Twitter by some people like, hey, how is this team so good? And I tell them, I'm like, yo, there's not one thing, right? If you look at teams around the league, you can say, oh, well, they got Quinn Hudson, right? And
Yep.
they kind of go through him. That's the engine of the entire team.
Mhm.
They're physical in San Jose. They kind of run off that physical engine. The Rain, I mean, they beat you in so many different ways.
Yep.
It's crazy. If they want to push shots up on net
They can
and be
happily
a
do it.
quality or a quantity team, they can do that and still beat you. If they want to be a quality team, they can do that and still beat you. Physical, they can do that.
They want to be a
They want to play in
four-check
transition. You want to play with speed, north-south hockey.
Fine
they
by
can
me.
do that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, the Ontario Reign, if you want to compare it to like Dude Perfect or say, because you could see us all over Instagram if you want to, especially if you're our age and you watch Dude Perfect when we were younger. The Reign are the Tyler Toney of the division. They're really good at a lot of things. They're a jack of all trades. They don't really master a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of stuff that the Reign are just top of the league in. Maybe shootouts. That might be the only thing. But even then, the Reign don't necessarily run the show and run the table on everything head to toe. They're really, really good at so many things that they could keep up with almost anybody.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have the depth, right? I mean, we
Just
talked about that a
saw it
little
firsthand.
bit. Martin Chromiak, 19th goal of the season. That's a season high or a career high for him. He's having a career year. If he gets to that big 20, man, which 16 games remaining, he probably will. I mean, that's a huge milestone for him and his career. Andre Lee stays just
red hot.
I mean, you can't get more clutch.
He's got a flair for the dramatic, folks.
Yeah, I mean, he just has it. And you just said it. If there's one thing that they are really, really good at, it's the shootout, man. They are 9-1 in the last 2 seasons in the shootout.
Crazy.
9-1.
9-1. Yeah, that only loss was San Diego.
Yeah, at San Diego. December 27th, 2024.
Lost in 4 rounds with Sid the Science Kid getting the winner. I still remember it. That's great. How many episodes deep are we in the Make It Rain podcast? Okay. Yeah, I think that's all we need to really need to talk about on Friday's game. Let's take it to Sunday. Up the I-15 we go as the Reign look to take their talents and they take their 6-game win streak to Henderson to gamble one more time against the Silver Knights in the opening frame. It's the Godfather getting the boys going with a nice dish by Cole Gutman. And speaking of the man, Guts follows suit in the middle frame and it's 2-0. All right, Jeremy Davies makes it a 1-goal game in the third, but the good guys hold on. The Reign are in 7th heaven and they sweep the week by the final of 2-1. This team is on fire.
I like that. The Reign are in 7th heaven. Yeah, I mean, of all the 3 games, this was definitely the one that
they shouldn't have won.
Yeah, but it was also like the most boring. I was like watching the game. I'm like, yo, this is a tough watch.
You were watching it with one eye open.
Because like there was never a point in this game where I thought that we weren't gonna win. So it was one of those things where it's like, okay, like they're gonna win this game, but at the same time, it was just like, again, no Wright, no Alexandrov, no Yamson. It kind of makes the team a little bit more boring. But hey, they get the job done. They do what they're supposed to do. They beat the Henderson Silver Knights 2-1. And just another well-played game from the squad.
Yeah. One penalty in this entire game. So Jack Young and Jacob Hicks were the referees this game. Swallowed the whistle. Gulp. Like, whistle not in sight. The only penalty was on, hilariously enough, take your guess, Eric Portillo for a tripping call.
Hey, that's his second one this week, I think. He's got to stop doing that. I think he had one against Tucson, too.
He did have one against Tucson. Dog, I mean, one penalty on the goalie? And no penalties on the players? What? Huh?
Was it Tucson?
I believe so.
He did it at a different time, too. It might have been Tucson. It might have been last
It's
week.
not the first time he's done it this season. It also might not have been this week either.
It was Tucson.
Yeah, okay, it was. So the Reign scored 2 goals, courtesy of line 1 of Logan Brown, Glenn Gaudin, and Cole Gutman. Logan Brown gets, Yeah.
Pretty goal. Yeah.
There you go. That just won them the game right there. I mean, do you think the Ontario Reign have potentially found a new first line with Logan Brown up there?
That's a good question.
Obviously, one game is a really small sample size, but based on how they looked with their forecheck and their whole 200-foot play, what do you think?
No, for sure. And actually, this was the conversation that I was having with my boss at Mary's Manor, John Hoven, just today, because he said that they've been playing Brown at center so much that he forgot he was a left winger, and I said that's so true, right?
Mhm.
And then I followed that up with like a little bit of a conversation starter where I was like, hey, when everybody comes back, when Alexandrov is healthy, he's probably going to be on that first line. So to answer your question, is short no.
And the
But,
Reign
like,
have so many centers too.
yeah, and Logan Brown, like he was playing, and guess who was getting the raw end of the stick when Brown was playing? Cohen Zemer.
Yep.
Are you gonna bench Cohen Zemer after what he's been doing the last couple of weeks? I mean, I just don't know if you are, right? So it's
It's
gonna
a
be
great-
interesting. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, great problem to
It's
have,
the kind
by
of
the way.
problem that they had in 2022-2023 season when Marco Sturm made the tough decision where he benched Martin Chromiak and Francesco Pinelli in the playoffs, which he got a lot of heat for.
He meant
So-
23-24 season, by the way. You said 22-23. Close enough.
Huh?
Yeah. 22-23 was when Elias Anderson scored 30 goals. Rangers legend, by the way.
Yeah, 2024. It's a good problem to have. Good
Yeah.
problem to have.
Anyway, yeah, not trying to get away from the podcast here. We're getting up there on time. Once again, the Ontario Reign pretty much get bailed out by Eric Portillo's heroics. Didn't even bring up Friday, man. Like Phoenix Copley kept the Reign that game a
Second
lot,
start.
and then Eric Portillo doesn't even get a Stars game. Sick job, Henderson Media. You guys have no clue what you're looking at. Eric Portillo, 26 for 27, about as rock solid as it gets.
Wow, he didn't get a star. I didn't even realize that.
Nope, Jeremy Davies got the third
Jeremy
star.
Davies, that's
Congratulations,
crazy.
you
That's
scored.
so bad.
You scored a goal. Great success. Like, dog, come
So
on.
bad.
Also, how is Alexander Holtz in the AHL? I have no idea. As I'm looking at the primary assist for Davies' goal. The Holtz is a
What was the
third
question?
liner for Vegas. Like, he's been a third liner up there all year. Did he have to pass waivers? Because I didn't see that.
I'll tell you what, that's a good question to ask because we didn't even mention this. The Silver Knights coming into this series with the Reign, they were 6-1-1 in the last 8. So they were coming in pretty
They
hot.
were
and
red hot, and the Reign
they were
just
feeling good. They
whipped
beat
out the fire
Colorado.
extinguisher on
They
them.
took them to a shootout. I think the other loss was to San Jose.
Yep.
They beat Coachella Valley. They were red hot coming into the series where going into Friday's game, I saw our lineup and I saw what they were doing, and I was low key a little bit worried. Like I was like, I don't think that they're going to do anything in the series. It was a good sweep.
And then
It was
here
a
go the
sweep.
Reign.
The Reign trade's rolling, and it's like you said in game 1. Like we have been preaching this since the beginning of the season. I think since episode 1.
Gotta
when we-
get hot
You
in
gotta-
March.
yeah. You gotta get hot late. That's what Abbotsford did last year. They were on that 11 game winning streak, 12 game winning streak. And they
13
rode that
games
to the
and
playoffs.
14
So
of and 15 of 17 or 17 of 19,
Exactly.
something like that. I mean, each division, wow, slow the heart rate. Each conference right now has a team that is screeching hot on both ends. The Ontario Reign have now won 7 straight. In the Eastern Conference, the Providence Bruins just got over a 12-game winning streak.
Yeah, they just keep winning. It's crazy.
They are winning so much, you may get tired of winning. Like, they are unreal right now. And in the meanwhile, we've got the Griffins over here losing to the Iowa Wild. So, welcome to the show. I mean, going back to the Brown God and Gutman combo, do you go Alexandrov, Connors, Chromiak? Connors 200-foot play and
I do.
and shooters on both wings? Or do you
No, I
slide
think-
Alexandrov down and go Lee, Connors, Chromiak, Alexandrov, Pinelli, right? Be something like that?
No, so we will talk about this more. We'll probably do an episode previewing all the playoff series and stuff.
Oh, yeah, of course. we will.
I don't think that you cannot have Lee, Connors, right on a line together. I just think that you have to have that line together.
Yeah.
I do think you have to have Alexandrov, God, and Gutman because all 3 of those guys aren't penalty killers, right? So if you're on the PK, you can keep that line together
Mhm.
while not
No, Godwin's a
using them.
penalty killer.
He's a penalty killer, but he's not out there often. It's like you
No,
don't think
he's
of Gubman
not.
as a
He's
penalty
not the
killer. You
line
think of,
one.
Pinelli,
He's not the line
Connor,
one guy.
right?
He's not the line one guy. He's the line
Yeah,
2
exactly.
or line 3
So,
guy.
I do like Alexandrov, Gone, and Gubman because, as we said, it's if you want to play a north-south game, they are the best at playing north-south on the rain. You gotta have Lee Condors right out there for sure, and then that leaves what? That leaves Chromiak, man, Brown, Chromiak, and who can Brown, Pinelli, Chromiak?
I guess.
I feel like that's been in line before. I could be wrong. Who else is there?
There's a lot of forwards.
Zemer has been getting top 6 minutes recently, but I don't think you want to put him on.
I
line
don't
2
like him in the
playoffs.
top 6 in the playoffs. I
Yeah.
like him on 3rd or 4th line.
Who are we missing? Who's the other left winger that keeps playing up there?
Well, I mean, ESO guy this week, but like,
I'm blanking.
so
I
am
did
I.
this last time. Either way, like I think you got to have Alexandrov, God, and Gutman.
I mean, would we say Jack Hughes? Because Jack Hughes is bound on the left wing a little bit this year.
Who plays left wing too? Is it Brown? Does Logan Brown play a lot of? No, he doesn't. Right?
Logan Brown's been playing center and wing both at the same time. So,
or is it Yamson? So this is what they had versus Baco. They had Lee, Pinelli, Chromiak, Yamson, Brown, right? Oh, it's Yamson.
Yeah.
So it would be Yamson, Pinelli, Chromiak, but I don't like that defensive. We'll see. We'll do a lot more.
Thank God we have another month until the
starts.
playoffs because we are not prepared for this. One more thing, the Rain's second period has to go down as one of the worst periods the Rain have played all year. They were hemmed in their own end for half of the period at the minimum, it feels like. But let's take a look at that second period. The Rain outscored them 1-0 in that period. I gotta look further into this, but the Ontario Reign in the second period this year might actually have like a plus 25 goal differential. They are so good in the middle frame. It's not funny.
Yeah, remember when probably 2 months ago we were talking about their second period
woes, yeah.
All right, kind of going back to the lineup. This was game 50 versus Abbotsford. This is when they came home after losing 2 in a row. This is what Lord had to kind of get them back on track, and I think this is probably their best lineup. Alexandrov, God, and Chromiak, Yamson, Pinelli, Gubman, Lee, Connors, Wright, Zemer, Hughes, Doty. That's probably what I go with in playoffs.
Yeah.
You can probably interchange Hughes and Lawrence. I think you gotta. I forgot
about Caleb Lawrence too. Yeah, add him.
Yeah,
in there.
you kind of had to have Doty out there for the playoffs, especially if you're playing San Jose or San Diego or one of those teams.
Yeah,
but I think that's the lineup you go with probably.
Dude, Jacob Dvorak has just gone missing. It feels like these past few games.
I think he's injured. Is he back? He's not back yet, is he?
No, he's not. Okay. Well, I didn't even know he was injured. So
yeah, he's been injured, bro, for like 2 weeks.
Nice.
Might be the reason why the defense looks better. I'm just saying.
I'm cutting you off. Let's move to the rain weather report. The 100% this week is the goaltending tandem that is Eric Portillo and Phoenix Copley. They are the sole reason the Ontario Reign went 3-0 this week. Maybe not the sole reason, but they are major contributors to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start with Copley. I mean, he played a hell of a game, earned himself second star. Let's see, what was his stats that game?
30 for 33.
Yeah, 30 for 33. And then it's easy to forget, he made that ridiculous right pad save.
The toe save.
I believe Tanner Lazinski.
Yeah, sounds
to
right.
save the game.
It was him or Sapovalov. It was one of those two. Yeah, with how much time left? Like 6 seconds?
It was about 6 seconds, yeah. And by the way, that was a great play by Lazinski, who kind of hopped over the sliding defender, and he still had the puck, and then went to his backhand. But even better save by Copley, and then you go into a shootout where the Reign are pretty much automatic. So
and his 5-hole was closed. Carl Lindbaum, close your dang legs. 50%. Who do you got?
Well, we didn't even talk about Portillo, man. You want to speak a little bit about Portillo?
Yeah. My bad. G. Eric Portillo, 26 for 27 in Henderson. I don't have Tucson stats pulled up immediately. 2 seconds. If the Wi-Fi wants to move a little quicker for me, thank you. Eric Portillo is 16-3-1 this year. May I tell you this? This guy was not an all-star.
Yeah, he had won 15.
16-3-2. Excuse me.
15 of his last 17.
Gosh, dude, come on.
Decisions dating back to October 26th. So basically the entire season, he's just a winner. If Portillo's behind, the defense, if Portillo's in the crease, there is a likely chance that the Rain are going to win the game. With this tandem, man, going into the playoffs, you gotta feel good. You gotta feel good.
You've got to feel good. Last time he's allowed over 4 goals by GAA twice this season. By GAA. He's allowed 4.93 against Tucson opening night, which they scored 5 and 1 in overtime. And then he allowed 5 against Coachella Valley in that absolute spanking they gave to the Rain. Yeah. Bad time for me to come back home. Yeah, and in that game against Tucson, he went 18 for 19. Eric Portillo, folks, is a man on a mission. So is Phoenix Copley, each in their own way. And if this, I mean, God, what's going to happen when you go to the playoffs? Do you do the same thing you've been doing and split time, or?
No, you start Portillo.
You have. I feel like you have to.
You gotta. You start Portillo.
Copley, be ready, but like,
yeah.
I mean, that's it. I mean, we talk about drawing the short end of the stick in the forward department. Man, the goaltending department's going to be even shorter because Carter George is coming back too.
Carter George will be coming back soon.
Oh my God. 50%. I can't get going on this right now. 50%.
50%. I got Angus Booth, man. 3 primary assists after his first NHL goal on Monday. Hey, Booth is not known for scoring, obviously. Not at all, not even assist. He scores his first NHL goal. All of a sudden, he's a scoring machine. He gets 1 versus Tucson. He gets 2 in the first Henderson game. Didn't get any Sunday afternoon, but 3 primary assists, not just like secondary assists where he passed the puck off and then that guy passed to the other guy. No. Primary assist for Angus Booth, 3 assists. He now has tied his points total from last season. 13 points this season in 46 games. He had 13 points last season in 50 games.
Okay,
and
so
obviously you guys know how good he is defensively. So
yeah, we know that part already. It's the shutdown defender, Angus Booth, not the scorer. Until he jumps in on the rush and tips one home from Brian Dumoulin.
He's also shut down his penalty minutes. In 46 games played this season so far, 26 penalty minutes. In 50 last year, 38.
Yeah.
So he shaved that down a little bit. Unless he gets into a couple fights moving forward, which that's not Booth, right? The only concern for Booth that I have is that in the playoffs last season, he had 4 penalty minutes in 2 games. So 1 a game. Did he have 1 each game, or was it? Yeah. So he had 1 per game, which isn't ideal.
No, not at all.
And it was probably the pressure getting to him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So going into the playoffs this year, and we're talking a lot about playoffs because they only have 16 games remaining, which is crazy. This season has actually flied by a little bit.
Yeah.
Can't say the same for last year. Last year was kind of over it. This season, season's flying. Yeah, and that's really my only beef with Angus.
0% is going to Joe Hicketts for the kind of subpar play. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and just diss the captain all day long, but Joe Hicketts has kind of been, I don't know if I want to say under the radar for the wrong reasons, but under the radar for the wrong reasons. Like defensively, he hasn't been himself. I mean, once he hops back into the checking thing, because this has been 1 week of Joe Hicketts that I'm kind of dissing on, and it's not even a bad week in which the Rain swept the week. But Sunday was borderline non-existent. Friday, just threw up a bunch of shots from the point, and then had 4 penalty minutes on Wednesday, which doesn't work at all. So, yeah, sorry, Joe Hicketts, you get the 0%. Joe on Joe crime. Moving in to next week for your Ontario Reign and the Pacific Division, the Manitoba Moose. I don't know why I just cut myself off. Manitoba Moose take on the Abbotsford Canucks. The Henderson Silver Knights take on the Tucson Roadrunners. The battle of 7th and 8th place on Tuesday, March 10th. March 11th, Manitoba takes on Abbotsford again. The Colorado Eagles go to Ontario for a 7 p.m. bout at Toyota Arena. Huge game. Yes, the Ontario Reign do have 4 points on them right now. Huge game nevertheless. You need as many points as you can to separate yourself from the second place team, especially when it's Colorado. Henderson takes on Tucson again. San Diego takes on San Jose. Friday, March 13th, Friday the 13th. Wow, shocker. Bakersfield heads to the HEB Center in Cedar Park to take on the Texas Stars. I'm done. Manitoba Moose take on the Calgary Wranglers. The Ontario Reign begin a home series again with the Coachella Valley Firebirds this time, 7 p.m. at Acrisure Arena. Reign fans, you traveled really well for that game in Henderson. Do it again, please. And the Colorado Eagles take on the San Diego Gulls. Saturday, got close to a full slate here. Henderson and Abbotsford, Bakersfield again in Texas. Ontario at home against Coachella Valley again. 6 p.m. puck drop for Tower Buzzers night. Bzzz. Ontario baseball. Stand up. Colorado at San Diego with San Jose in Tucson. Sunday, March 15th. Henderson is in Abbotsford, Manitoba in Calgary. And the San Jose Barracuda take on the Tucson Road Runners. After next week, Ontario and Colorado will be separated by one game. Ontario at 59, Colorado at 58. Abbotsford at 61, Bakersfield, Calgary, Tucson, Ontario as well at 59. San Diego, Colorado at 58. Coachella Valley, San Jose, and Henderson at 57. The Abbotsford Canucks have played a ton of games. My goodness. I get it's two more than the next team, but like still, in this regard, it's definitely a lot.
Yeah, man. I mean, you don't want to overlook how many games left to play for each team, but the Eagles only have one game now on the Reign when a few weeks ago it was like 4-3 and stuff like that, and the Reign have 4 points on them, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, when you get into these standings, there is a team that is kind of quietly sneaking up on us.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Here's your hint. Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Just like imagine it's the kid, though. Rolling into the standings. First place, Ontario Reign, 38-16-2 at 78 points with the magic number to reach the playoffs at 15 or 16. It's one or the other. I don't know exactly. If you want an update, go to hl.com and look at playoff primer. It's right there for you. The Colorado Eagles at 33-14-8, 74 points are in second place. The team that's been creeping up on us, the San Jose Barracuda at 34-16-4 and 72 points are in third. They've won their last 3 and are 8-1-1 in their last 10. They are screeching hot.
They got 2 games in hand too. 2 games in hand on the Reign.
Oh man, yeah, they do. I just noticed that. The Bakersfield Condors at 30-17-10. My goodness, at 70 points are in fourth. Coachella Valley Firebirds 30-20-5, 65 points in fifth. San Diego Gulls 25-18-12 and 62 points in sixth. Rounding out the playoffs because, flashback to what I said a couple of episodes ago, they have the tiebreaker on the 8th place team by a mile. 24-19-10, the Henderson Silver Knights at 58 points. Or in 7th at 58 points. Tucson also has 58 points. They're, however, going to need to get more points than Henderson to get to the playoffs. If they tie, Henderson's going to get in. They have 8 more regulation wins than Tucson does, which is bonkers because Tucson has 25 wins. Half of Tucson's wins have come in overtime or a shootout this year. That is bonkers. 25-22-8, 58 points. Calgary Wranglers, you're here for the ride. 19-24-14. 14 overtime losses, by the way. 52 points. And the Abbotsford Canucks at 21-30-6 with 48 points. Rounding out the bottom of the Pacific Division. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the playoff part of this season. The Ontario Reign are getting closer and closer and closer. It's borderline inevitable when the Reign will reach the playoffs. We are not set on reaching the playoffs. We are set on winning the division. And if you're not set on that, well, you're not a Reign fan. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and it's a tough break that the Reign had that I was thinking about like a few days ago. The Reign are really in the middle of all these teams. And you might think, Anthony, why does that matter? Well, in the AHL, I don't know the exact mileage, but if you're within a certain amount of miles,
I think it's 200
in
miles.
the first round, instead of all 3 being at home, it is a 1-1-1 system, the way it kind of was a couple years ago when we faced Bakersfield.
Yes.
So it's like if they get Henderson, I think that might apply to the 1-1-1.
I don't think it will. I think they're barely outside of 200
Maybe.
miles. I think they're barely outside of it.
San Diego, though, yes.
Yes.
Coachella, yes.
Yes.
Baco, yes.
Yes.
So
Everyone
you
else
want to get the 1 seed. You want to win the division, get that first round bye, play the lowest seed, and then you are really set to make a deep run, really, a long playoff run, which is obviously what everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
But just kind of enjoy the last month of this season. This Reign team has been arguably the best in franchise history since they've come into
the AHL.
existence. Yeah,
AHL.
so it's been a fun year. We have a month left to go. It's not over. It's far from over. These games now mean more. They're more fun. It's time to start hate watching other teams as well. So that's also fun. It's getting real, man. Playoffs start in a little over a month.
It's getting fun in the American Hockey League, man.
That game on Wednesday is gonna be huge.
Yep,
It's a huge game.
that game on Wednesday is gonna mean a ton, man. Like, you guys don't get it at times. Like, we are hate watching the crap out of the Colorado Eagles. We do not want to see that team go on a bye again. And remember this, if the Reign get that 1 seed, also, if the Kings make the playoffs, we don't have to run into the problem that the Reign ran into last year of, oh, both teams are in the playoffs, and now we're having to pick and choose who's going where.
Yeah, that was a tough break too.
Especially out of that bottom bit. The Reign, throughout the end of the year, pretty much, you got to remember also, the Reign go on a 6-game road trip towards the end of March, beginning of April. It's a 5+1. They have 2 in Iowa, 1 in Henderson, 2 in Tucson. Then they pretty much come home and play Coachella Valley. So,
but look at those teams, though.
Yeah.
Look at those teams, though.
Yeah, I know. Henderson towards the bottom. Tucson towards the bottom. Iowa, worst team in the AHL. That's what happens when Greg Cronin manages your team. And then Abbotsford, bottom of the Pacific. However, they've given Ontario problems as of late. Coachella Valley, and then Colorado. And then in April, they play Abbotsford again. They play San Diego, who's in a playoff spot. They play Coachella Valley 3 times in April. They play Bakersfield and Colorado. So the entire month of April is going to be a great test for the Ontario Reign. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching Season 2, Episode 25 of the Make It Rain podcast. You know the drill from here on out. You can subscribe down below. Follow us on all social medias at Make It Rain Pod. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a great week and a blessed week. You won't see me, but see you next Monday.